This should not be a surprise, but I have never been successful or seen success, seriously, with writing code to test code. So, for example, people will say, "Oh, but Selenium is free, and look, I can write my own framework." Yeah, yeah, of course you can. But the key there is that you're basically building your own framework, which means you're writing your own code. And by the way, you'll end up with tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of lines of code by the time it's over. I'll give you a real quick example. I was on a project where there was a point of sale system and integrated 17 different inputs to it. So 17 different workflows, things like inventory, like pricing, like customer management, like transactions, like payments. I mean, all that stuff came together in this one application, and they decided to use Selenium because, hey, it's free. Uh, they ended up with, count them, 18 different frameworks, one for each work stream and one for the point of sale system itself. And so, I mean, this may sound like a trivial example, but really you should meditate on this. Of course, every application, they're web-based. They use kind of the same, class library. So, they've got buttons and tabs and input fields and so on and so forth. Every single one of those frameworks had the code in there to, let's say, push a button. So the company paid for developers to write that code 18 times. Yeah, and go from there, right? The average web app has between 12 and 17 different classes in it. So, and the crazy thing was it as they all came together, right? All 17 fed into the point of sale system itself. The point of sale system, because of the way that it needed to have performance at the client level, was actually a thick client. And so the web stuff, the Selenium library wouldn't work for most of it, just certain windows inside of it. But the overall architecture was actually a Java GUI. So they had to have yet another tool that integrated all that. So they had two different, technologies, 18 different frameworks. You get the idea.